Should have done was copied everything they were, so I could slow it down.
Started reading through this and I'm like, 6 to 7 peak dinner window. And it's like food and business is fully open. And I didn't realize there were like notes. I was like, what's peak dinner window?
Okay, I'm gonna see Lisa, the device.
I don't know why you're. Probably.
Which is.
That would be what's there, yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
It's good.
Don't know what that is. It was in the.
He'd sit there and sit in class and they'd have laptops, someone have a coffee. And he'd look around and he said, "These kids, they're with so, yeah." That coffee was better tonight before I came in there.
Out there, but with it, his head forward in.
You went a little bit. We were.
Yeah. Tony, when you come in late, you have to sit up in the front row, just like church.
We're gonna get.
So it wouldn't be fun if you did. Sorry, it wouldn't be fun if you didn't.
Yeah.
Gotta remember it. That's right. You betcha. Wait, Mike, you turn your microphone on, Kathy.
Oh,
Please. Closing in. Here we go.
this is gonna be.
All right, good evening, everybody. It is 7 o'clock and we will call this Bristol Town Council meeting to order. Today is Thursday, February 19th, 2026 at 7 p.m. And first item on the agenda is Pledge of Allegiance. Officer Ambrose, will you lead us tonight?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, we will start off with roll call. Start to my left, Doug D. Smith,
Here.
Kathy Burke,
Here,
Greg Tuholsky,
Here.
Jeff Beachy is present. Absent from council, Dean Renfro. To my left, Town Marshal Steve Pring,
Here.
Legal Counsel Alex Bowman, here. Clerk Treasurer Kathy Antonelli,
present.
Town Manager Mike Yoder,
Here.
and then the back Fire Chief Nick Hance. Here. Evening, Nick. All right. Everybody had a chance to review the agenda.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Any additions, corrections, or modifications?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, the agenda will stand as published. Next item, approval of the invoices. Everybody had a chance to look at the bills?
Yes.
Yes.
Any questions?
I make a motion, we approve the bills.
Okay, motion by Kathy,
Second.
second by Greg, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug D. Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Tuholsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is a yes, motion carries. Next item, approval of the minutes. We have minutes from the February 5th meeting, the work session from February 17th to approve. Everybody a chance to review those?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Doug,
No second.
Second by Greg. Open for discussion. No further discussion. We'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is a yes. Motion carries. Okay, we'll jump into reports and we're gonna shift things around a little bit tonight. We're gonna start off with Marshall Prame. Steve, what do you have for us tonight?
I'd like to recognize several of our officers for some outstanding work they did, so if you'll let me.
Please.
Okay, absolutely. Officer Ambrose, Officer Simon, Officer, Pittman, would you please step up front? They think you're getting awards, you're actually getting suspended.
Without pay.
This is kind of formal, but it is a really cool thing. December 30th of 2025, about 11:30 at night, Officer Ambrose was working. It was kind of quiet and snowy, whatever. He took it upon himself to do some proactive patrol in one of our business districts where we've been having some trouble the last several years with burglaries, this commercial area. So he was patrolling, knew which businesses should be open, shouldn't be open. It was snowing that night, so he thought, I'm gonna look for tire tracks. So as he's driving through Commerce Drive, found some tire tracks that probably shouldn't be there. Found tire tracks between the buildings going back to a security fence from over on Lakota Drive, which is behind Commerce Drive. Called for other units, they secured the perimeter. It ended up being Biagio boats there. Officer Ambrose found a car that was pulled between the buildings and parked up against the security fence, and a hole cut in the security fence with, car was still warm, footprints coming from the car through the hole in the fence. These three locked the area down, called for additional units from the sheriff's department. They went through the hole in the fence while they're waiting for backup, kind of saw where someone possibly entered the building. We're waiting out there for other people to arrive, and lo and behold, here comes somebody out of the hole in the wall. So they ended up taking the one male in custody. He was throwing product from Biagio out the hole he cut in the door. But so he took him in custody. They recovered a bunch of items that he was stealing then. It was linked to at least 2, possibly 3 other burglaries at Biagio that happened over the last couple of years. Through some further investigation with our detectives and some of the other officers, we were able to recover approximately $40,000 in inventory back that belonged to Biagio. So the same suspect for all the burglaries, he ended up selling that through social media to a boat dealer down in Florida who cooperated with us, and we ended up getting some of the product back on all of it. So I just want to say that, I'm really proud of these officers. They're doing proactive work. They're finding things, and this is just one example of the good work that our officers are doing now. So it's hard to pick and choose, but this was kind of unusual. You can go your entire career and not find a burglar crawling out of a building. So officers, see that. So these guys have less than 2 years already. They're able to do that. So I just want publicly to recognize them. They're getting a letter of accommodation that will go in their files and they can keep it. So, thank you, officer.
Way to go, guys.
Did you look into the hole in the wall game?
Yeah.
Don't turn around and walk away. Cody?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
job. I told him to leave, so they didn't have to set me. Thank you.
Did you get your picture, Jill?
And there's dinner in the kitchen. Okay.
Hotel.
All right, Steve, thank you for doing that. I appreciate the recognition and great place work by the guys. Thank you.
Great job.
Okay, let's jump into Mike. What do you have for us tonight?
Okay.
Some pay apps?
Number of things, yes. First, several items are pay applications. First one is Reith Riley for closing out of the 2025-1 Community Crossing Grant Program at St. Joe Street.
That one is for $57,852.11.
Mhm.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve Reith Riley pay application to close out CCMG 2025:1?
I'll make that motion.
I'll
Okay.
second.
Motion by Greg, second by Kathy, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beechey, yes, motion carries.
Next two are for the wastewater treatment plant project, which by the way is now 85% complete, or 81% complete. First one is disbursement number 45 for Commonwealth Engineering for the 35,888.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve SRF disbursement number 45 to Commonwealth Engineering in the amount of $35,888?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Doug. I'll second that. So motion by Doug, second by Jeff. Open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beechey, yes, motion carries.
Next one is Crosby Construction, $350,020, and then $18,422 to retainage.
Okay,
I'll make a motion. We approve, SRF disbursement 46.
okay, motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Doug. Open for discussion.
Yes. That's on the sewage plant as well.
Yes.
Any further discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beechey, yes, motion carries.
Next two are for the water infrastructure project. Distribution number 55 is the Phoenix Fabricators for 61,732 and 3249 to retainage.
55 or 51?
Number 51.
51.
51.
What did I say?
I thought you said 55.
I might have. Should have put my
Okay.
glasses on.
Okay. So SRF distribution 51 to Phoenix Fabricators for $61,732 with retainage of $3,249. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, motion by Greg,
I'll second.
second by Doug, open for discussion.
Now, which one is that for?
These are the water tower.
Water tower.
Water tank.
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, now we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beechey, yes, motion carries.
Awesome place. Oh, now we're at JPR, $12,155. They're the engineering firm on the project.
Okay. Is there a motion for SRF disbursement 52 to JPR for $12,155?
I'll make that motion.
I'll
Okay.
second.
Motion by Kathy, second by Doug, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beechey, yes, motion carries.
So we have a request, I think, from Homecoming. Kathy wants to name.
It's Kathy Berg, at 203 West Vistula, Bristol. I'm speaking as a citizen and a member of the homecoming committee. I wanted, a lot of people don't know about the homecoming, where it originated, how old it is, or anything like that. The homecoming festival this year will be celebrating 144 years of homecoming. It's had many, we've had the Harvest Festival, the Watermelon Festival, you name it. It was all started by Hook and Ladder Fire Department back in 1883. And we, like I said, we've been going through, the name's been changed, Harvest Home, Harvest Jubilee. We have no idea when it changed to Bristol Homecoming. A lot of people wanted it that, I guess, because that's when people come back and reunite with their families and friends and all of that. And that was the main thing. I also want to say that there's a misconception about the fireworks. That is not part of the homecoming festival. That is a part of the town festival. And for many years, that's been in the town budget. The homecoming festival does support the fireworks, by giving 10% every year to the town to help pay for this, the fireworks. And, so that's kind of a misconception that people have had on the actual fireworks. We have, like I said, it's a 3-day festival. We have a free children's area. All the games, all the prizes, everything are free for children that, parents that can't afford to go to a carnival and have their kids enjoy the time. That is usually handled by a lot of our churches. And we have free entertainment, we have, everything is free except, of course, for the rides, the food, and that type of thing. But we work with a very small group. We've got a lot of wives and husbands, mothers and daughters, and hey, if any of you people here would like to volunteer, let us know, please, because we have between 8 and 10 people every year that runs the 3-day festival. We all double dip. I personally am the treasurer and in charge of the parade. We don't want to see any of this, go by the wayside. I do want to give the council members a copy.
If you take one and pass it down, I don't want to give you two. I don't know. They're there.
That's a spreadsheet of our finances for last year. And our financing comes from businesses that want to give us a gift and all of that. We've had a decline in our finances the last couple of years. There are some businesses that used to give to us that are now giving to the Corn Dog Festival, so we have a hard time making it go. Also, the insurance, you can't believe the number of insurance policies you have to have. Not only for the committee safety, but for the ground safety. Of course, it is held the Bristol's property, which they have insurance, but we carry insurance as well, and that's very important. The number of permits that you have to get is unbelievable at this point. If you look at the last page of my spreadsheet, we started out last year, first of all, with $24,676.11. Oh, by the way, I'm treasurer, so I didn't know if I mentioned that. $78.11. And that was our beginning balance. We lost last year. We normally at least make our budget. Last year, we ended up with a balance starting for this year of $23,172.91. And as I'm understanding, last year, I heard that the town has donated $10,000 to the Corn Dog Festival. I'm coming here as treasurer for the Homecoming Festival, and asking for a donation from the town out of that fund. Yeah, we'd love to have $10,000. There's so many more things we could do for the children's area, for whatever the community would like to see. We used to be able to hold 2-on-2 or 1-on-1 basketball tournaments. We had pie eating contests. We had all of that stuff. We don't have the funds to support that anymore. And that's a shame, because that's a very old tradition in our town. And that's why I come to the board and I'm asking for a donation. A lot of our donations, like I said, have gone by the wayside because they go to a different festival now. And we are an independent committee. We are not a committee that has anything to do with the town of Bristol. This has been a committee for, as you can see, 144 years. We are believed to be the oldest running community festival in the entire state. And we would not like to see that go by the wayside. The volunteers put in hundreds of hours into this. And I am just asking for you to consider some help in our effort to keep this as an ongoing festival. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Take that into consideration. We'll have to look at funding. Mike, Kathy, we can probably talk about
Yeah,
where some of those funds might come from.
happy to if you'll switch to my screen. Um, we have two funds that I think are appropriate to pull monies from for these type of activities. The first one is CCI. I think it stands for QCAP improvement maybe, but
Mhm.
it's funded from distributions from cigarette taxes that are collected in the state. So we get a distribution. It's not a lot, but it's been building over the years. So we use that fund. The Give Back Fund is every time we do a tax abatement, 15% of that value of that abatement comes to us each year as well. So those are the funds so what I encourage that we fund out of that is programs and things that if the funding goes away, these programs and things go away as well. But while we have them, we can do some cool things with it. So you'll see underneath what we have budgeted right now is street flowers, the homecoming fire, well, I call them homecoming fireworks, sorry Kathy. Amish country, advertising, that's something we do every year. We do the newsletters. This year, we're going to try let's start up a farmer's market. Jill's going to talk more about the farmer's market and the hometown summer nights here towards the end of my reports. So we've created some budgets from both of those, or for both of those events. And Jill will talk some about the part-time high school help for the hometown summer nights and the farmer's market. Corn dog production trailer, you said up to $20,000. I don't have a number back on that yet.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you've got, we have $14,400 left in the budgeted amount for CCI, and after tonight's additional appropriation of 50,000 out of the Give Back Fund, you'll have you'll have 29,000 available. So that's the monies you have available if you choose to fund homecoming. You got 14 out of one, you have 14 in one fund and 29 in the other. And if you want to give more, then we can increase the additional appropriation from 50 to something else, but 50 ought to cover, as you can see, we've got adequate funds. We'll get to the additional appropriation later, but I'm asking for 50 so that we have some additional funds available if something comes up this summer that we can help businesses with.
Okay.
We'll have our funds already appropriated.
I'm sorry, I forgot to ask if anybody had any questions at the end.
As I say,
Actually, I do.
Okay.
I guess before I personally make a decision, on it, I'd like to see what can you do with that $10,000 that is going to benefit any organizations in town. What would you do with that money? Because if you have a set budget, this is roughly 50% more than your current budget. If we do 10,000, you're at 24.
Our budget is higher than that.
Or was I looking at?
Last page.
Last page. Your expenses are 25.
25 last year.
So if we do 10,000 on that,
Mm-hmm.
so
I probably should go up there and speak, but what we need to do is we not only need improvements to our trailer as well, the floor's falling in. We have patched it for years. That's not what I'm looking at using it for. We're looking at to improve, to make the free children's area larger, to bring in seating for the park. We used to have to go to the Little League area, bring in the bleachers. Well, we can't do that anymore. This is for the free entertainment that we have and things like that. Entertainment, that is very expensive. I mean, you can't believe for one night for a few hours how much a band costs. We do get some bands that have been there before. And we want to make sure that it's family-friendly music. And that's what this festival is all about, family. And to do that, some of the bands are asking for $4,000 or $5,000. We give what we can give, and so we want to improve what we've already got there. We're right now, because of added insurance and all of that, we are down to the bare minimum to put it on as far as making sure people still have entertainment and the kids still have a place to go. To be able to give the kids a chance to have fun in the summer at the free area that we have. Like I said, right now, we are down to the bare minimum as far as what we can do in those areas. And as you can see, we lost money last year.
So you have to spend money for the seating, for the entertainment?
Well, the money that we would like to do is we would like to be able to, eventually, even if the park, we could do more benches for the park, if that's what there is needed. However, the Parks Department does that. Seating is a bad thing, maybe I shouldn't have even brought that up, because most people bring their lawn chairs or they sit on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, but what we're looking at is to improve the children's area so that there's more games in there for them. We even have the food vendors at this time. We have a free bike giveaway for boys and girls and helmets. And those are donated by the food vendors. That puts a strain on them as well as paying a fee to be able to be a food vendor there. And there's a lot of little different areas, but mainly it's the children's area. And like I said, entertainment for families. Does that help any? No.
I mean, it's just, yeah, I mean,
I understand what you're saying.
I personally, like, if there was a proposal of where it was going,
Mhm.
that's what I like to see. It's like where it's going. Like, I was apprehensive about the last time we donated for the corn dog festival,
Mhm. I
but
understand.
knowing the outcome of it, what the intention was, is what made it easier.
We don't hire a PR firm. We do all the advertising ourselves. So what we're looking at is being able to produce more activities, which we can't do at this point. Because, like I said, we used to have pie in the face contests, we used to have watermelon eating contests, we used to have all of this stuff, but that has an expense to it too. We've had to get rid of that because we couldn't afford the expense.
Kathy, what do you budget for the children's area right now?
Oh, I didn't bring the budgets.
These are your expenditures from last year, correct?
This is a spreadsheet of everything we spent last year. Yes,
Okay.
and our income for last year. And the children's area, let me think. I do know that last year we had a deficit of $600 and the churches got together that were organizing it and they donated $600 to make over that expenditure. I believe it's $2,000, but I did not bring that part in. I can't get on my computer, so I
Okay.
can't look it up. I knew I should have brought the budget accounts.
I mean, would you be, like, if we could do a work session, like part of a work session to see some of the binder stuff? I mean,
Sure.
it's just a lot of money. I mean, that's a lot of pies and a lot of watermelons.
Oh,
I mean-
but it's not only for that. Like I said, insurance prices.
Right, no, I understand. I would just like to see more, if we can talk it through and work through it. I
That's
just like
no
to see, because
problem.
that's just a big number
That's-
for,
I understand.
but
Yeah.
And I can bring more information such as our budgets and what each committee is budgeted. Through through there, I can do whatever you want. So, when it comes to financing and everything, I got the numbers.
Okay, yeah, I think maybe look through the budget, and see what it is, because I think along Greg's line too, we do donate $10,000 to the Corn Dog Festival. And the money that's raised for that from the Corn Dog Festival is given right back to the community. So it's not like, and I know you're a non-for-profit as well, but we're giving the money to several charities and organizations in need. So the money we're giving is basically going to to those organizations, so.
Well, and I do know that in the past, down in the park, the ship, pirate ship.
Yeah.
We gave to that. We also give back to the fireworks, 10%. So that's part of community outreach as well.
Yeah.
We also, to me, a community outreach is that free children's area.
Yeah.
That's very important to
Yeah.
us.
And I guess if that's really the need is for the children's area, let's find out what that dollar amount is.
Certainly.
Yeah.
I think that would be
And
fair to
I
ask.
will also get in touch with other members to see if they know what, needs are. We have donated to other organizations in town.
Okay.
In the past, but as you can see.
Yeah.
Finance wise, we can't.
Yeah.
And we run 3 days, not just one day,
Yeah.
like the port office.
Okay, yeah, if you can give us a little bit more data, I think
Okay.
it would be helpful.
Okay, so you want, no problem. I appreciate the opportunity to say something.
Absolutely, thank you.
Mhm.
Any other
So,
questions for Kathy?
March work session?
So their time in that work session? I don't know what our work sessions are looking like.
I don't even know what we're doing in the March work session yet, but we've got one thing to do. That's this.
It wouldn't be very long.
Yeah. I think March 5 might be a little full, so let's,
And even if it was put off until April, we're fine with that.
yeah, that's right. Okay.
We still have to put it on whether we have to cut or not, so.
I'll put it on an agenda tomorrow. I'll see what we look like, what it looks like, so.
Is there anything else you need besides budget figures, or other committee members? I may not have remembered,
I don't think so.
I may not
Not
have
that I can
included
think of.
everything.
How you'd like to use the money.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, not just the budget, but I mean, how would it make it better? Like, where would you use the dollars?
okay, great, no problem.
And maybe if you could share, I know you haven't done it in the past few years, but what you've shared as far as with other organizations in the past, Mr.
Sure,
Armstrong?
I can do that.
Yeah,
I got the
that'd be
figures,
helpful.
I just have to dig them up.
Okay,
Thank you for the opportunity.
Mike?
You wanna switch back to yours?
Oh, yeah, I guess I better switch back so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, here's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, pretty cool.
This is,
Um, That's what the new Great Lakes office building will look like. That'll be right on the corner of Maple and Earthway.
nice.
So I just
Nice.
got notification that I gave them, the county wanted an approval from us for them to go ahead and do that remodeling. I thought we'd be okay. So I said yes. I thought it was nice the county asked first and
true.
so that'll
They're
really,
improving a building in town, yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah,
think that's a good idea.
that is a great idea.
Maple and
Yeah.
Earthway. Now
nice.
Maple and Earthway, that's on the other side of the track.
South side of the track.
South side of the
right.
tracks.
Okay,
Yeah, so that'll be actually right on our main bypass route, eventually when we get that built.
Nice.
So great addition there, for Great Lakes. Next picture, I think I have some pictures from the well field. Activity is starting to pick up out there. We've, putting a roof on, that's the, chemical building, and the next picture is the new well house. So slowly starting to pick up activity out there. I actually thought the tank construction would be underway by now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I haven't seen anything
I don't know,
anything that resembles a tank out there yet.
nope,
Okay,
so.
Hmm.
Next, I think I have included there's more pictures, because it was so exciting, we took 2 pictures from the back. This is an example. I hope to have this out to the public tomorrow. We'll start with our Facebook page. This will list all the phases of the NDOT project and the approximate timing and the road construction, restrictions that'll happen. So this is on Main Street. You'll see at Division, just south of the bridge. So the first phase will be closing off the southern lanes all the way between the bridges. So there will be 2 lanes of traffic on the north side, but all of our downtown parking will be gone, starting about the middle of March. Okay. So what I'll be sending out, this goes through all of the different phases showing how the traffic will be changed. The only hard closure we'll have will be at Ponderosa, where where is our main detour right now. That will be closed off for hopefully not more than 10 days as they reconstruct parts of that intersection. Otherwise, there'll always be traffic on Main Street. Our main bypass, our detour will be on Ponderosa to Bloomingdale to 15. It's going to be a long summer, and this project will go into the spring of 2027. That's when they'll start on the west side of the intersection down here.
Can we determine how far west they're going?
Yes, I know how far west they're going, but I don't have a picture of it.
Not-
Right, how far west are they going?
I don't I don't remember.
But that's 2027, right?
That's the spring of 2027.
That's a year.
Oh, man, I haven't looked at those pictures in so long.
I mean, are they going to the treatment plant? Or not that far?
Not that far.
Okay.
No, not that far out. Let me get you that drawing and
Okay.
That was
I'll send
Hildish.
that out.
Yeah, it might have been.
I thought it was as far as Hildish.
That sounds about right. It's right in that area.
Right past your
Yeah, just. after
my
your
house, your house.
Okay,
Sorry.
The
Yes.
parking area that you said, it's gonna be closed because they're gonna, but that's only during the construction issue. The parking will come back after
Parking
everything's
will
complete.
come back.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, go down one more slide. Let's get to another section. There we go. You'll notice that there will be some bump outs. These don't show it really well, but there will be bump outs constructed like right across the street at Apollo.
right here.
Is that Apollo? Yeah, it would. No, go down to another picture. You're in the wrong phase.
That's Pearl again.
20. These may not show the bump outs very well. So between Apollo and down to our parking lot
Yeah.
on the other side of the Opera House, that will be blocked off with bump outs at the intersection. So that area will no longer be used as a temporary travel lane when nobody's parking there. That will be just parking. So in a sense, we are narrowing Main Street. We're not narrowing Main Street, but we're narrowing the available lanes of traffic. So we're maintaining parking, 2 lanes of traffic, but you can't fade out into the parking areas when it gets.
Like people are doing now.
Mhm. Right,
So like right now, it's like 1.5 lanes
yeah.
and people are going, yeah.
Okay,
So that's what NDOT's plan is.
And they're gonna start when,
March 10th, March 12th, somewhere in there.
and that's Reese Island.
Yes. So honestly, they have a really nice schedule there. There are a lot of utilities underneath this area out here. There might be old tracks from some former.
John's over there shaking his head.
From the Valley line, from the old
From the Valley
Valley line
line.
that used to go down
Uh,
Main Street all the way to Elkhart
yeah,
Railroad.
so the more unplanned things that they find, the more potential for delays and. So Reeve Riley will have a designated person for community contact. Every property, all of the side streets will remain open. Accesses to all the businesses will be open throughout all of this time, but you'll have to walk through some construction. So on the south side is where the new storm sewer will go. That is an open cut ditch, some trench, some places 15 feet deep. So if they're digging that in front of your business, you're not going to be able to walk across that, but that should go relatively quickly. We'll let the public know who to contact if they have a problem or a concern. So the day before they're going to do something in front of the person's house or business, they will be contacted by a representative of Reeve Riley. So we have high hopes for excellent communication between Reeve Riley, the businesses, and the residents that are in that construction zone during the construction time. If all of that falls apart, call the town manager.
Okay.
You can hide a lot of things in 15 feet.
That's a pretty deep hole. for a
That is.
brainstorm one, But, I think, Jill, am I forgetting anything else we should mention at this point on the project?
Nope, I think you did it, but I think those bump outs are a little farther down the slides to give a visual. Nope, never mind.
No.
No.
Okay.
I need to get one of the finished views for you folks. So anyways, that information I hope to have out by tomorrow evening to the community, because we're getting a lot of questions about when is this going to start happening to us. So we'll get that out tomorrow afternoon.
And for the residents that want to stay updated, we have an app. So if there's road closures or anything like that, to let people know, you can download our app or Facebook.
And the app,
Best way.
the app is titled Our Town Bristol.
So the sequence of timing when stuff happens is the app is notified first. That's where we first shoot out stuff. Secondly, we'll post to Facebook. And the third place will be on our webpage, depending on what the activity is. Long-term stuff is on the webpage. Short-term, avoid this area is on the app and the Facebook page.
I have just one question. I know the bridge was worked on 1 year, whatever ago. Is any of this, as it converts from the east part to the west part, gonna interrupt the bridge intersection?
Down here, no,
This,
maybe,
There's a good chance of it.
yeah.
I don't
I
know
mean,
how,
we should affect it.
yeah, I don't know how it could not, but that's,
Well, we're doing everything possible. We do not want to close that bridge. For sure.
Please, no.
Part of the problem is NIPSCO hasn't quite figured out how they're gonna fix their gas line situations underneath there. So last I heard, which was like 2 weeks ago, they still had not quite figured out what they're going to do if they do anything else. So, they had that tore up for quite a while
Yes.
last summer. And, so we'll wait and see. The reconstruction of the intersection, we are really, really pushing hard on Reeve Riley to not have to close that bridge. So we're doing all the work down here at this intersection without closing the bridge. So it seems like we should be able to do that
Yeah.
same kind of construction.
Okay.
There aren't too many alternatives to that bridge.
No.
Right.
That's the goal. Okay,
Thank you.
so next,
I'm gonna take just a second just to kind of address the residents in the room. So just so everybody's aware, this is an NDOT project. This is not a town of Bristol project. So this is one that NDOT mandates. We have no control over what they do. The end benefit for us will be a very nice downtown corridor, brand new streets, brand new sidewalks. If you're a business owner, Gary, I know in front of your place, there's some nasty curbs. There's some nasty sidewalks in front of your business. They're all gonna be brand new. I know Rich is dealing with some of those in front of Evans. So those are all gonna be brand new sidewalks for us. It's gonna be a really nice downtown. So let's face the fact, we dealt with it last summer. It was a pain, and that was NIPSCO. Again, that wasn't us. I'm not trying to shift blame to anybody, but I'm just stating facts. Last year's project was NIPSCO. This year's project is NDOT, and it's going to improve our town. So it is a lot of pain, but there's going to be a lot of benefit from it. There was some comments that were made about the sidewalks, the blacktop sidewalks in town. That was done for a reason. When NIPSCO came through and did their work, there was no reason to pour concrete back in those sidewalks because they're going to be torn up starting March 10th. So if we poured those back as concrete, that would have been out of our budget from the town. You, the taxpayers, would have been paying for that. So the lesser of two evils was to do that as blacktop. Does it look good? No, it doesn't. But it saved us a whole lot of money. I mean, what did we figure? 150,000?
it was somewhere in that neighborhood.
Between 150 and $200,000 we saved by doing blacktop instead of concrete. I mean, who wants to spend an extra $200,000 for concrete that lasts 8 months and then it's torn up? It's not fiscally responsible. So it's gonna be painful this summer. Let's all face that. But the end result is gonna be a very nice downtown corridor. So
Might mention that streetlights will probably start coming down this next week.
Yes,
And we have had success with NIPSCO. We should be getting some new temporary lights put on any any
Okay.
NIPSCO pole.
so the black street lights that you see throughout the sidewalks, those will come out. And Jill's been working on getting temporary street lights with NIPSCO, so we will have a lit up downtown at night. They won't be the,
Best we can do anyway.
yeah, the current lights. And then once the project's complete, we'll have our new street lights in town.
And Monday, they're starting demolition of the Opera House.
Facade. Okay.
But yeah, any of the old streetlights we don't need, we're selling those for $1,000.
Buy a new one for 5.
Oh, Sam, these are antique and have value.
So I don't want to belabor this part of the process because we do have public comment coming up. I saw a hand in the back, so let's take a couple of questions.
Just one question, are they replacing the utilities, is that why they're tearing up down so deep, is that what's going on?
No, it's a full depth reconstruction of the road because in places they just added asphalt on top of asphalt, so the elevations are wrong now. So they're just going full depth. The deep trench is for a new storm sewer that they are replacing that.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I didn't think about the storm sewers being a utility.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought up the asphalt, because I've had a lot of people ask me, is
Yeah.
this gonna be permanent?
Yeah, no, that's
No,
not.
it's a temporary thing.
Yeah.
The town's bill for the new sidewalks is $108,000.
Okay.
We'll be spending.
Okay,
That includes curbs
Gary?
too.
Can you bring back the bump outs on Apollo Street right here? I want to see that again in front of my
Well,
building.
didn't really have them there, I don't think.
let's check
Yeah,
Tula, Pearl,
Oh, it's over here,
yeah, Paul's to the
but that says 15.
Pearl, Washington,
Washington.
Charles.
Oh, that's west.
Yeah.
On Apollo Street,
There is a bump out that will be at the east side of your,
yeah,
Building
I
right
just want
there.
to see it.
by the image, we just don't have the visual right there.
I'll see if I can find one towards the end of the meeting, pull up that visual.
So I see. So this section right here, they cut the drawing out, so it just shows the east and west end of it. So it cut out the middle, cut out the Apollo section.
Yeah, I didn't see it, so I thought maybe I missed it.
Yeah, no, they cut it out there.
Yeah, when we get into the other reports, I'll see if I can find that visual.
Okay.
We'll pull it up towards the end of the meeting.
We'll get plenty of it.
Okay,
Last for me is this ties in with this NDOT project. What we learned last year is that disrupting traffic in the downtown area really impacts our downtown businesses. So Jill's been tasked as, what can we do this summer to encourage people to visit the downtown businesses? Communicate that we are actually open and you can get around. So I'm gonna let Jill talk about everything we've got planned for this summer.
So we'll just start off with our hometown summer nights, little slogan, we had food, music, shop, we're still open. So, we learned last year with a lot of the road construction that really, caused a decrease in business, the revenue, the sales. And it hurt them substantially. We know this year is gonna be, a little worse with that, with the road construction. So we wanna do something to try to help, one, bring a little bit of, community engagement, foot traffic. Instead of like getting food trucks, we just wanna utilize the businesses we have here. So work with, Redbird, we work with Chicago, Evans, Key Bank must be a part of this, the museum. So we have a lot of businesses that wanna help with this. So what can we do, to make this fun? So we're looking at, in June, live entertainment. July, we have a comedian in live entertainment. And then August 21st, we'll have a band. So working with them, hopefully work with the Opera House. Maybe we still have to talk with them as a plan B backup if weather doesn't allow for an outdoor. So we'll have our Main Street parking lot open. So we're hoping we can bring the entertainment in there, some tables, chairs for people just to come together. have some stuff for the kids, maybe some art, with some chalk, bubbles, maybe some face painting. We want to make this, like Kathy said earlier, a family-friendly event for everybody to come to. So we'll start around, the dinner time and wrap up around 9 PM, which will still, by that time, be daylight. So we won't have to worry about, bringing in lights or anything like that. Really, looking forward to that. Working with bands, Kathy, I am learning a lot about that. But I'm really excited of, some of the entertainment we're gonna bring, hopefully some big names to help draw in the crowd and the people. While offering just some, fun entertainment for the community. With that, those will be held on the third Friday, so we won't really be competing with our, surrounding neighborhoods with the first Fridays. So June 19th, June 17th, and August 21st. The June, we were even talking about, this year we all know it's our 250th celebration of America. So maybe add some extra entertainment. We can try to focus for that celebration as well. More to come on that. With sort of the hometown summer nights, we have heard the community say we would love a farmers market in our town. So I've been working with probably a group of 8, 9 individuals, volunteers willing to step up to help put this on. So with road construction and everything looking just ugly this year, we've worked with one of our churches, Bristol Community Church, and they have a parking lot just south of their facility that they are going to allow the town to utilize for this farmers market, which could allow up to 15 vendors, which I'm really excited for. Been working on the application. I would hope in the next week or so, we'll get that out to start getting vendors and get some interest. So with that, I have learned and have learned from other communities, they actually hire a manager to do that generally. So to make this successful with the volunteers, the town will be looking to hire 2 high school students. Northridge High School has a wonderful program for those students to maybe that don't want to go to college or do something afterwards that can walk into a profession. So they have a workforce learning program. So working with their counselors, I'm really hopeful that we'll find 2 students that are going to help put these events on and make them successful. So that's a really cool partnership that I'm looking forward to as well. So if you know any food or market vendors or food vendors or art vendors, send them my way, please.
Or want to volunteer.
Or volunteers, we're always looking for volunteers. But with this farmers market, like majority of our markets, we're not looking like for a yard sale. We're looking for unique, local, homemade items. So I'm really excited for what that's going to bring. More on the farmers market. Most farmers markets are Saturday mornings. We're doing something a little different. We're going to have our farmers market starting in May, the 1st of May, every other Thursday evening, 4 to 7. And that will go to the end of September. We're hoping that will allow vendors that are usually booked on a Saturday morning more options and more availability for them to come to ours. So looking for vendors, looking for volunteers, Kathy as well, and every community looks for volunteers. But those are just things to look forward to. Our summer nights, as soon as we lock in bands, we'll start promoting that. So tell your friends, come, enjoy, and then let our businesses know that we support them and we are here for them throughout this. Any questions?
I just want to add something that I totally forgot. No, you've got your dates up here. Homecoming is the 9th, 10th, and the 11th of July this year.
Okay.
So,
Second weekend of July?
yeah, it's always, and the theme this year is 250 years of freedom. So, sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Well, Jill, thank you for doing all this work. This is great. The hometown summer nights, the farmers market, this is gonna be good for the town, so thank you. Appreciate your hard work on this.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I'm
Yeah.
really excited.
Good.
So.
I had a quick question about pedestrian safety during this. Did they present a plan for how to keep pedestrians out of a 15-foot hole? Because last summer, I go downtown and bring clients downtown to Evans, and it was very it was not safe to walk in front of those businesses. So I think we need definitely a plan in place this time to make sure I mean, I was in inches away of a huge machinery drilling a hole. I mean, I could have touched it. There was no rope, there was no even caution tape, nothing. So I was just curious if there was a plan.
Do you want me to answer that, or you? So we are working with NDOT every other week. Well, they are aware of these upcoming events. So when these start, they should not be working in those evenings. And then if we're gonna keep it in the parking lot off of the road as well. As for parking, we have the crossway that we would obviously strongly advise them to use. If we have to move road construction for any reasons, we have to be a little flexible, we will shut down Charles Street. And there's a parking lot there as well to help with that. So my plan is to try to keep it between the businesses, but if we have to, we will be able to shift. Yeah, those are things we've been talking to them about. But great concern, great question.
And NDOT does have an office in town for this project. So they are residents of town while this is going on, so they'll be right here with us.
I'm afraid to go shift too.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you,
have
Jim.
to bump out traffic.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay,
So this is Gary's, this is your area. So the bump out will be here. This is Apollo. There'll be one on the other side. So you see the ADA accessible point, but you see how they're choking down traffic to 2 lanes. This will do 2 things. First of all, we hope it discourages semi trucks. And secondly, it calms down traffic in that area. When you're narrower, it slows things down. So we're trying to make this into a true downtown and not an interstate truck highway.
So at the bridge down here, are they gonna maintain the 2 turn lanes plus the straight, or just the straight and the turn south? Probably just a turn south, I would assume.
No, there's several turn lanes there. Why don't you go on and I'll find that graphic and show you.
But, you know, that's
That's
all
okay,
right.
it's there.
okay.
On Apollo Street, will that be open on a daily basis?
Yes, yeah, all the streets will be
Business
open.
does require open every day on
Yeah.
Apollo Street.
Everything should be open every day. There may be one day or something, there's some restrictions, but Reese Riley will be contacting those businesses if that's going to happen. So we do what we can. Their contract says access all the time, except if there's a 15-foot hole in front of your business. Otherwise, open.
Okay. All right, anything else, Mike?
Nope.
Any questions for Mike? No. Okay, we'll jump over to Kathy. What do you have for us tonight?
On February 5th, I introduced ordinance number 2.19.2026-1 for an additional appropriation to fund the CCMG 2025-1 project. So I'm bringing it to you today for public hearing and approval.
Okay. So at this point, we will open up a public hearing to hear any questions or concerns for ordinance 2-19-2026-1, an additional appropriation for the 2025-1 CCMG project. So is there anyone in the room that would like to make public comment, either for or against this additional appropriation?
What is the CCMG?
This is for the other sections of Elkhart Street and St. Joseph Street.
Community crossing grant.
So it's a community,
I knew what.
for those that-
I thought-
Oh,
it's a community crossing grant where the state of Indiana funds our projects up to, was it $1 million?
Yes.
Up to $1 million. They will put money towards our projects, and that's what this is for. Okay, seeing no public comment, we will close the public hearing and procedurally advance.
This would be to, for adoption.
For adoption, okay. Okay,
I make a motion, we adopt ordinance number 2, is it 2 dot or 2-19-2026-1?
Okay, motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Doug, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes, motion carries.
Thank you. Next, I have an amendment. At the last meeting, Mike introduced some additional appropriations. And between that meeting and today, those funds were tweaked a little bit. And we went from 1.8 million to 1.6 million.
Okay.
One category was added, and that's the MS4 category. Otherwise, the dollar amounts were just changed. So I'm asking for permission to publish and advance to second reading.
Okay. Is there a motion to publish and advance the second reading for the additional appropriations?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Doug,
I'll second.
second by Greg, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
yeah,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes, motion carries.
Thank you. And lastly, just for meeting minute purposes, I have shared a copy of 7 checks that are stale that we would like to write off
Okay,
or put back into the budget, so to speak.
Okay.
No motion or anything is needed. This is just something we're doing and I'll add it to the minutes so it's noted that we did it.
okay,
That's all I have. Thank you.
okay. Thank you, Kathy.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have anything for Kathy?
No.
Okay, if not, Steve, you're up again.
Okay, I have the January report for the Bristol Police Department, our activity report. Just remember, it was very cold and snowy, so some of the pro activity's down a little bit, but they're still out there. So the officers wrote 19 citations, 68 warnings. We took 572 calls, impounded 7 vehicles. We drove 15,106 miles. We took 57 case reports. Breakdown of those: 3 domestic batteries, 4 warrants, 2 thefts, 6 possession of marijuana, 1 death investigation, 1 criminal mischief, 1 residential entry, 1 operating while intoxicated, 1 criminal trespass, 1 resisting law enforcement, 1 welfare check, 1 harassment, 7 driving offenses. We worked 19 accidents, 1 invasion of privacy, 1 auto theft, and 4 others. We had a total of 16.75 hours of overtime work amongst the officers. Code enforcement, they had issued 6 nuisance warnings, 7 illegal parking warnings, 1 other. These were generated 3 from citizen complaints and 11 from the code enforcement officer. That's our activity for January.
Okay. Anybody have questions for Steve? Is Randy working tomorrow?
He's out this week.
Okay. Temple Tree's back in town,
Okay,
right there by the bridge.
I'm sure he'll see.
I'll be happy to take him down and bring him in to you. You know, I like doing that.
Mhm. And just if nobody, or so everybody aware, one of our officers, his last day was last Monday. He's left our department, is going to Mishawaka. Officer Lukowski had been on for about almost 5 years and did a really good job for us, but,
Yeah.
It's hard to compete with some of the other bigger departments with paid benefits, even though we do well here, I will say.
Yeah, Jake's gonna be missed. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
He is a good guy.
So,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yep. All right, if nothing else, thank you for all you do. And we pray that you and your staff stay safe out there while you're protecting us, so. Nick, what do you have for us tonight?
I have his
Oh.
report. For some reason, it didn't.
Okay, I was gonna say, Steve didn't show up either.
That's,
Yeah, there was a in-house, or, actually, we got sent.
you have it on yours? That's interesting. When did you download your packet?
Tonight?
Used to be there. Anyways, we got it now.
Okay.
January, it was cold and snowy. I agree with Marshall Preem. We did 112 calls in January, probably not the best start of the year. We would have liked to have done about 60, but that's just not the case. 340 responses. There's a list of calls we went on in January. We have a new type of program the state went with and federal government, so I'm still learning how to get reports off of it like I used to last year. So, this is what we come up with for this month. We'll see what happens next month. I do want to take a minute and, let the council and residents know that on January 27th at 10:52, we were dispatched to a structure fire at 1305 West Vistula. We were advised by Elkhart County Communications that a mom and a baby were trapped inside. Our first initial fire crew went in the building, began a search. Second crew went in, began to extinguish the fire. It wasn't with the help of the great teamwork of the Bristol Fire Department, the Bristol Police Department, we were able to remove everybody from the building of 100, 200, and 300. No lives were lost. My mother and baby were not hurt, made it out with no problem. We extinguished and took care of that fire within 12 minutes. Kept the building able to be occupied by the rest of the residents. We only lost one apartment building, was contained to a room and contents fire, a bedroom. I just want to take a moment to thank the Bristol Police Department, Osceola Township Fire Department, and Jefferson Fire Department. That day was very cold and was snowing like a son of a gun, and it was miserable. But we do appreciate all the help that day from our partners that we had, because without them, it would have taken us a little bit longer to get things taken care of. So do appreciate all the help. Other than that, thanks for the support, and see you next month.
To what you did. You guys risk your lives for us every day. Both of you. Nick, Jimmy, Steve, Dustin, and your staff. Can't thank you enough. 95% of the people in this town wouldn't do what you do. And because of what you do, you keep us safe. And I am eternally thankful for that. So thank you for what you do. And again, as always, we pray that you guys stay safe as well. So thank you.
We're very blessed to have the group,
We are.
all
We
the
are.
guys.
We're very fortunate to have the people that we have protecting our town.
But we're taking volunteers too.
Okay.
I don't have any time, but I volunteer. I'll bring in a meal.
Okay, park board report. I don't think Miss Linda's here tonight, is she?
No,
No.
Anybody?
You want to switch screens? Ian?
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting about that. There we go. Okay. I don't know, Mike, did you attend? You want to talk any high level? Anything that jumps out at you?
Nope.
Okay.
I would like to add something.
Jill.
I won't go too much depth, but, something that will be going live, I would say probably early next week, is we rent out, several of our park amenities. So we have 2 pavilions and we have an indoor facility as well. So we will now be doing things, a little bit more streamlined, online reservations. So for, anyone that's interested, they can jump on our website and book that. So it will just be a smoother process. Nobody has to come in here necessarily to do those kind of bookings. So that's gonna, be a new feature. That was one thing that they approved. I would say that's probably the biggest thing I would like to share with everybody.
Okay.
Is that new feature.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Moving on, Alex, what do you have for us tonight?
Hey, Jeff, it's kind of an update for council and a request to finalize a professional services agreement for the Albatross Group to manage the Raper Golf Course. In the interim between the termination of the prior services agreement that was in place and the anticipated closing on that transaction, that is getting close to being in the 30 to 45 day window. That's certainly the hope. And so this professional services agreement that we're contemplating would put the Albatross Group in a position to begin managing the course, operating the course, and getting it ready for the season so that when snow clears and folks are ready to golf again, they're in a position to really hit the ground running, and then they'll be already be in charge of it when the closing occurs. So this is kind of we mentioned this at the last meeting. This is kind of a stopgap to allow the course to open and be operated while the lawyers work on the documents.
Okay.
With that, we're had a very nice conversation with that group late last week, and we've got an agreement. A couple things that we're going to update, but otherwise it's in pretty decent shape for them to consider. One of two ways we can do it. I think we can either we could wait until the March 5 meeting to present the full agreement, or I can make the representation to you that the agreement that's here is basically a pared down version of what was already in place with Mr. Carmine. And so the council would authorize either Jeff to sign it once it's ready. I think that's the most expeditious way to address it.
Okay.
So, happy to answer your questions about that.
Okay. Any questions? Okay.
Other than that, that's what I got for you.
Some other
Okay.
items. What other items do you have, Alex?
Other items?
Other items, happy to address it if you'd like. We can talk a bit about public comment periods and what the expectation is, what the council can do to help manage expectations.
Yeah, if you wanna, yeah, please.
So, as the council is aware, and for the edification of the public as well, the council has adopted public comment rules that are provided for by statute. Generally speaking, the Indiana Open Door Law requires that anytime that the town council meets in public to take action, hear information, etc., that it's open to the public, but that doesn't, the statute there doesn't prescribe a right for folks to comment. That is an invitation of the town council, unless there are certain items of business that come before the council that require public hearing. And so what statute provides is that the council can adopt reasonable rules to help guide the public comment period. So the town has that in place. We've seen that with hearings in the past where there's a limitation on the per speaker time. So historically, what the town has used is a 2 to 3 minute period per speaker. There's restrictions on using the podium as an opportunity to grandstand isn't the right way to say it, but to sell products or or to campaign or to do certain things. Those fall generally outside the purview, but that's generally that. So the council has those rules in place, and particularly, of course, those are within the discretion of the chair to assert a number of those rules, but it's the general guidance being that when public comment is being taken as required by statute, that the time for each speaker can be limited. Comments are generally to be germane to the issue in question before the council, and there's an expediency to ensuring that if there's duplicative comment or redundant comments, that the council, in seeking input from the public, certainly doesn't want to discourage anyone from presenting to it, but the judicious hearing of public comment is certainly can be impacted when there's a lot of repetition among comments. So the chair is empowered under those rules to help guide that process along and sort of both hear the public and also to guide the process. So just wanted to give you that kind of highlight of the rules that you have in place, and how you can help guide any opportunity for the public to address you. So that's a 30,000 foot perspective on it. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, any questions for Alex on that?
No.
Okay, thank you for that overview. So with that, we are at the point of privilege of the floor, otherwise known as public comment. So we are going to open up the floor for anyone that would like to come up and speak, ask questions, make statements. We do limit it to 3 minutes. We do ask that you step up to the podium, state your name and your address, for the record, so we know who's making the request or the comments. I know, obviously, there's been a lot of social media flurry this week. There's an annexation meeting on March the 5th. That is not happening tonight. So I guess I would ask that if you're gonna make comments about that, let's make it brief, because we will have a public hearing on March 5th for that annexation request. But at that point, or at this point, I guess if there's anyone that would like to make public comment, please step up. We do have a timer, so we will be doing 3 minutes for each person. And we just ask that you again, state your names.
We do have 2 officers, don't make too much.
So again, state your name and your address, and the podium is open.
That's why they're sitting in the front row, so they can keep it around.
It's gonna be easy. Tony Burris, 809 North Division Street. Tuesday night's work meeting was about taxes. Can you elaborate as a group as to what that was all about? I read through the agenda, but I couldn't quite understand what it was about.
Yeah, so I'll take a, I don't know, who wants to take a run at this one? Mike?
Because we can't hear back
No,
here.
it's not.
Is that
Microphone's
microphone
not on.
working? Because we can't hear anything.
Let's see, microphone.
Leave it at that is.
If that microphone may not be working, I didn't check the batteries today on it.
Smacking it a couple of times and
I bet it's not on, it's probably the batteries are dead. So just ask people to speak up.
there the lights on now.
Okay. So Tuesday night, the town has been interested in increasing the number of, in attracting new residential development.
Right.
So part of being able to do that now is developers are asking for some assistance on water and sewer and road infrastructure. So the way we can do that is for the TIF district in that residential area, so we capture part of the new property taxes in that area to help pay for that infrastructure. So we were looking at the differences between rental properties and owned
Yeah,
properties.
I figured that
Yeah.
out, but I was trying to figure, okay, where's actually going? is what I
Oh,
was- you
and
know what I
it
mean?
was,
Yeah.
it was just a, overall discussion on what things the council would be open to considering. I'm the one that usually works with the developers firsthand, so I want to be able to tell them, here's what the council's looking at as far as density of housing. Here's what we might look at as far as programs to help subsidize that infrastructure. So that's
It was, Tony, it was more of a, like a hypothetical,
Yeah.
but we used the Bristol Commons as a real life scenario.
Right.
If that would have gone through and we did a TIF in that area, what would it have looked like with
What kind
owned
of tax
properties?
revenue would have been?
Yes, yeah, to pay specifically for roads and water and sewer.
That entire study was on the website if you want to download it. If you really need to fall asleep some night,
Yeah.
need some help.
No, I just read through the agenda and I was like a little bit confused and I was like, oh, okay, I kind of understood it, but I figured I'd put it out there.
Yeah, no, good question, thank you. Okay. Anyone else?
I forgot to add something. So, earlier when Mike showed.
Did you turn the timer on?
yes.
Wow.
That was
Excuse
rude.
me, excuse me. What's your name and address?
My name is Jill Swartz, 303 East Vistula Street.
Uh,
So,
Uh-uh.
it's like my second home. Okay, so anyhow, earlier on Mike was showing his budget, like upcoming events and some of the funding that we planned. I forgot to add when we were, talking about the events and is our wayfind signage. So a lot of our businesses, not that necessarily you have to get to them, but for parking, especially with Main Street parking not being available. So we're going to allocate some monies just to help. We learned last year they really needed something to help with their visitors, and people coming through town. This coming year, we're also working on Elkhart Street, which will impact some of the other businesses, so we wanna make sure people traveling through know exactly where to go, where to park. So I forgot to add that earlier, which would just help everybody coming through town and our businesses, so their guests know where to park.
You working on East Elkhart or West Elkhart?
We will be working on East Elkhart.
And then the next year, West Elkhart?
No,
Oh,
not,
I just didn't want both sides of my house at the same time.
see, that's not too over there, that West Elkhart, but,
So.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I just want to let everybody know that we allocate some money to help with that as well. I have like another minute and a half to talk, Mike. Okay, I'm done.
Still have a minute and a half left.
I know, I feel like I should.
Thank you, Jill.
Thank you.
Who's next?
How are you doing?
I agree.
We start time. Melissa Kaufman, Carolina Avenue, Elkhart. I'm pretty sure my last name makes it very clear what my vested interest in tonight's meeting is.
I think so.
It's about the annexation.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna say is, obviously, you guys have a meeting on the 5th to discuss that annexation.
Correct.
If the intent of that meeting is to take a vote on that annexation, I would encourage the board to take a slowdown. The last time we did this, it was in a hurry, and a lot of the residents were frustrated without having answers to a lot of questions. Rather than do that, why not have some public meetings where they get to ask those questions? Take some time. Some of these residents are just now learning about this. I know you guys feel like you gave this information out to the public and they should have known, but not everybody sees it as quickly as you think they do. It's sometimes it takes a little bit. Let the information get out there. You say social media. Social media isn't all bad for getting the information out. Yeah, some of it is, some of it's bad, but at least it gets the information out. It gives them a chance to start formulating those questions in their head. Have a meeting where they can come and ask those questions and get the answers, because right now they're wanting to know what's gonna happen with this property when you annex it. What's next? What are the plans for it? What are they gonna see happen to their property? Let's not create another Wilhelm mess, because everybody was frustrated with that one. So rather than rush in on the 5th and have a vote, why not just have a couple meetings where we get to ask questions and not everybody get frustrated and butt heads? Because transparency could go a long way towards fostering relationships between the council and residents, a long way. And some of you guys are facing election this year. I think about votes.
No, that's good, a good point, Melissa. So let's kind of wrap that a little bit. From a procedural standpoint, and I'm gonna rely on legal counsel here to kind of, to guide us through. So the public meetings, so we will not be taking a vote on the 5th.
Okay,
We
that's
will,
good.
we will be talking about what that looks like, what the annexation looks like, right? We will hold a public meeting where people will be able to come and ask questions. They'll either be able to, vote, say they're in favor of it or say they're opposed to it, right? So you have that option. As far as what happens next, it is really not on this council or the town to say. So let me put it in perspective is this annexation is a voluntary annexation. The Kaufmans have approached the town of Bristol, and it's their desire to be annexed into the town of Bristol. Their goal is they would like to sell the property. And they feel that being annexed into the town, which would provide that property with infrastructure, i.e. water and sewer, police and fire protection, will help them sell that property for the absolute most money they can get for it.
Have any proposed buyers or plans been suggested, either to them or to you?
We have no idea.
No, not that we're aware of.
We have nothing to do with the sale of the property. That is strictly whoever
Well,
owns
and I
it.
understand that, I just
Yeah.
didn't know is when they came to you guys with the
No.
suggestion of annexing, whether they mentioned,
Mhm.
have they? Because what I can tell you, as a member of the family, okay, we as members of the family have approached them, and they will not discuss it, which left us with the impression that they're under an NDA. And we don't, as members of the family, we don't understand why they're not willing to discuss it. They're leaving us out of the loop too, and that's a little concerning to us. What's
Here's,
going on?
here's what I can say, and Mike chime in and correct me if I'm wrong, and Nate's statement, and Alex, you as well. What we know at this point, Melissa, is that they're asking for annexation, and the next step in the process would be a rezoning of that property. And it would go from A1, which is agriculture, to M1 under a GPUD, General Plan Unit Development, which basically says this property is laid out. These are the roads. This is where the water, the sewer, and the gas lines would be. These are the lot sizes, and that's really what it boils down to.
And that's generally what was done with the previous,
With the
Property.
Wilhelm?
yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think, just a point of clarification, Melissa, is the controversy with the Wilhelm farm came at the rezoning stage, not at the annexation stage, two
Yeah.
different processes. And I expect when we get to rezoning of the Kaufman farm, we'll have a pretty big crowd that night too.
Yeah.
But in annexation, and there, Alex, there is a vote next Monday is to accept the petition, and then we vote on the annexation at the last meeting. So there is a decision to accept the
So it's
petition.
advanced to second, is that
Effectively, yeah,
effectively,
yeah,
yeah.
correct. Yeah, so there is some action being taken, but it's not final action on the ordinance.
Yeah.
That there's a statute provides a timing component, and it can't be the same night as the public hearing.
Has Jefferson Township been notified since what part of that party is Middlebury, Jefferson Township?
I don't know
what
that.
the county has done.
And actually, can you step up and state your name, please? Because Melissa was the last one up.
Yeah, Mike Miller, same address.
Okay.
Yeah, because part of that property is in Jefferson Township, it's not in Washington Township. Have they been notified of this at all?
Doesn't pertain to them. Part of the Wilhelm farm is in Jefferson Township as
Yeah.
well.
Correct.
And
But that was a pocket annex,
yeah,
which
and
is
so,
completely illegal against ICU.
what's that?
Hey, what?
That was a pocket annex also, the Wilhelm property.
What's a pocket annex?
Look up your IC codes. I'll leave it at that.
I guess I'll defer, Alex. Any idea what a pocket annex is?
No, I couldn't tell. you.
The annexation met all of the contiguous.
Yeah, I mean, so the issue, I mean, something to consider, that's, there are two processes under statute to provide for annexation, and one, the town does have some power to annex property. That's not what this is. This is a landowner that is contiguous to the boundaries of the town, has voluntarily requested to become part of the town. So it falls under a different statutory scheme. And under that scheme, the only remonstrance that's permitted to a petition for voluntary annexation is an allegation that the property is not contiguous. That's it.
Okay.
So perhaps that's what the pocket language refers to, is a lack of contiguity between the parcel that was. There is a process under statute that provides for that, but there's some more limits on that. That's not the case. The petition that's been received from the Kaufmans affirms that they've done the calculation, that it meets the contiguity requirements, and we've done that analysis on our end as well.
No, I'm not saying that it's a Kaufman property, it would be a pocket annex. That's not what I'm saying, but the Wilhelm property was, it is a pocket, it is by itself, that is part of the town of Bristol.
It's over with, so I mean.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that, but
So you're saying it didn't follow the contiguity lines?
no, I did not.
I guess we can look into that.
Yeah, well, it's over, now it's part of the town of Bristol.
Pocket annexation refers to the process by which a municipality can annex unincorporated property that becomes completely surrounded by the municipality.
That's contiguous.
Okay,
Okay.
so,
I don't even think I understood that sentence.
yeah,
We had to call downstate to get it explained to us. We called downstate, but I mean, that, it's kind of it's a moot point once we
And it's
went
done
past,
with.
once we went past it already being done. Which is why we'd like to make sure that as we go through this process, everybody gets a chance to talk about what we're doing and that we're doing it right. And we're not rushing into another project that, well, the data center pulled out and that didn't happen, and then this didn't happen, and now we're going here, and we're going there, and we're going every which direction. And residents have no idea what's going on.
so I guess to answer that question, Melissa, this is a voluntary annexation. Your family has come to the town and asked us to annex them. It's like Alex said, it's not like where we are going out and saying, we are going to annex this area into the town of Bristol involuntarily. We're going to force annexation. And at that point, anyone that's in that area can come up and say, we don't want to be annexed, and here's the reasons why. And then we could vote yes or no on that. In this case, it is, again, the Kaufman family coming to us, asking us to be annexed into the town.
Well, two of them, not the whole family, because the rest of the family's dead set against this. Ron and Jane just aren't talking to anybody about it.
Okay, that we can't really address. That's
Yeah.
not town
That's a
business.
family.
That's the rest of us.
That's family business, not town business. And then as far as, again, the transparency of what's happening next, it's in the annexation petition that the next step would be a rezoning of that property, and it would fall under a GPUD. So that's all we really know. I mean, we don't know we have no idea who would build on that property. We know it would be requested as M1. But at this point, that's all we know.
But as far as the properties being in different townships, they didn't have to make any request to Middlebury Board regarding the Jefferson portion?
So, Alex, can you speak to is there any issue with different townships from an annexation standpoint?
No, not at the voluntary, petition stage, and, nor would there be at any subsequent notice, period following adoption of an ordinance that would approve the annexation. If there were, essentially, if that property were contiguous to the town of Middlebury's, corporate boundaries, then the petition would have been submitted there, perhaps. But lacking that continuity, it wouldn't have been, you could do it, basically.
Okay. Elizabeth, step up, please.
Elizabeth Hall, 54800 County Road 27, Bristol. When will the GPUD be released to the public? What does that timeline look like after the vote of the annex?
So that process, what I've been told, is that they plan to start that planning process in March. So that means the County Plan Commission will see that in April. So that is when that plan will be released to the public in April. And if that schedule is kept, then it'll be before the town council hears either first or third Thursday of May.
Goes to the county first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then the second question is, why is the reason for the rezone from A1 to M1?
So again, that's on the Kaufmans. It's their desire to sell their property. They want to get the most out of their property, the most value out of their property. I'm assuming. I mean, I've not spoken to them. Mike has, I think.
Yeah, the other concern for the town is because we're under the county zoning, the A1 would allow hog farms, chicken farms, pig farms, cow farms, or I said pigs twice. They stink twice as bad as cows. So we're not interested in livestock development within the town. and there'd be no way for the town to stop that. So that's the reason, in fact, our new development standards would stipulate that if you're annexed into the town, A1 needs to be rezoned to either residential, manufacturing, or business, something like that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would it be beneficial to have a residential zoning? I mean, aren't we
If they
residential
desire.
poor?
Yeah, if they desire that, then that's what they'll ask for.
I mean, if your family wants to do a residential rezoning, they could request that.
I mean, wouldn't it be beneficial for the town to have a conversation with them about what would benefit the town? Maybe make a suggestion?
We'll drive out the house and talk to her.
They're still snowbirds.
Okay. Anyone else?
Why to Florida?
My name is Helen Calvin. I live at 707 North River Road, Bristol, Indiana. So before we got here, I know on the Bristol Facebook page, there was something posted in regards to this annexation. And one of the things that were stated is that I think this family wants to sell this property, and whoever will annex it really doesn't matter to them, is what I'm assuming, because they're coming to Bristol. But it could go to the city of Elkhorn or to Elkhorn County. Is that correct? Like, is that?
Yes, that is correct.
And so my thought process is if it goes to somebody besides Bristol, somebody else is going to get whatever revenue would come from that.
Right.
Correct?
Yes, correct.
So if the town of Bristol doesn't annex it, we're not going to get that revenue as a town. It's gonna go to the city of Elkhorn or the county. This is what I'm hearing.
That is a very,
correct.
that's a
And-
very
and
strong
for me,
possibility.
You know, an M1 is better than maybe something different if people are talking about the data center or a solar farm, whatever that looks like. I don't know if those things can be built on an M1. But I would hate for the town of Bristol to miss out on the revenue to help our community grow. But in what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing is that this couple, this family, one way or another, wants to annex this to somebody, is what I'm hearing.
That is correct,
Yeah.
because with annexation comes the services, right? Police, fire, water, sewer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that increases the value of their property.
Right.
And thank you for stating that, Helen, because I think it does point something out that when if we annex the property into the town of Bristol and we expand our water and sewer lines to that area, that spreads out the overall cost for the water and sewer. We're going to have additional users, which we've done this already by one expansion of the town where we were able to delay one of the water and sewer increases because we brought in additional users. If we go through with this annexation, that would bring in additional users, which would spread that cost across more users. So it is beneficial for the town and the residents in that regard.
Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. Anyone else? Okay, if not, thank you. We definitely appreciate the input. And I've said it before, thank you for coming to our meetings. I appreciate it. I've asked residents to come for a long time. And here recently, we've been seeing a lot more. Tony, been coming on a regular basis, so I appreciate you. John, Ellen, you as well. Thank you. Gary, Ellen, you're always here too, so thank you. Let's see. Next item, town council discussion items. Doug, anything tonight?
Nothing tonight.
Okay. Kathy?
Not a thing.
Not really?
No.
Okay.
Not a thing.
Greg?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. So next meetings, March 5th, we do have an executive session that starts at 6:30, followed by our council meeting, which will start at 7. And again, that is when we'll have the public hearing for the annexation of the Kaufman property. So if you have questions, concerns, comments, you want to speak in favor of it, you're opposed to it, please come to that meeting. We're gonna play it by ear because we're not real sure how many people to expect. We were kind of expecting a packed house tonight. Glad to see it was pretty full.
Pretty full.
It might be standing room only, but we will have that public meeting. Melissa, to your point, we will have that public hearing at that time, and that's where we will hear people speak for and against that. Okay, and that will be on, again, March 5th. Yes, yeah, just so everybody knows, the executive session is 6:30, that's a closed meeting. That's the only time that we have meetings where public is not invited to those meetings. There's certain statutes that allow us to have conversations, whether it's employees, land acquisition, litigation. Yeah, so, all right, with that, is there a motion to adjourn?
We'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, motion by Greg,
I'll second.
second by Doug, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Got 80%.
Good.
Well, Wi-Fi, but got 80%. I'm afraid.
That's all right. What's gonna happen to you?
They don't think West large, and West went at the same time. I would like
Something else. Yeah, you can play on
I was just saying, I'm gonna you, you're ready for.
We're not getting rid of all of that. Yeah, I have a better picture. Right. I was just thinking like. Yeah, you probably could. Take that. Last year. 1,500. So if you took that 1,500, I'll tell you. You always guarantee you have it. Trying to get money. Middlebury as well. Whatever it is, south. New Paris.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I probably wasn't contact online, but I have a little sinkhole going on in the front.
Oh, the water from the water main?
Yeah, where they went underneath the road.
What's the address?
302.
Oh,
Yep.
He's right beside Mahalo, to the west.
Yep.
oh, that's right, that's right.
I mean, I can fill it in, but I'm like, let you know. So what's going on.
Yep, let me.
But it's right up against the asphalt. So I'm like, maybe when you get that, we'll start drop in there.
Say something tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, absolutely. Good deal.
Okay.
Well, I mean,